Alright, hello, casuals. It is I have returned. We are having volume issues for some strange reason, but yeah. Wait me 2 seconds. There we go. Alright, well, I have done some work off stream, as you can see. Again, not a great deal really. I moved the stuff that was down below up here, so we've pretty much got nothing down there now, except perhaps the sheep farm and the crop farms that we still had before. I've moved our smeltery up here. I've rebuilt our assembly machine. This is now obviously running off of the windmill, so we've got actual speed on this thing. It's pretty good now. You can put 8 of the things in here and they'll all go through within a couple of seconds. And then obviously our boring thing over there for making the electron tubes. But we have a plan for today. Quite an interesting one as well. We are going to be building a dirt generator. Which is going to be a bit of a challenge, if trying to remember exactly how I pieced this thing together in Creative, but yeah, we've had a couple of bits and bobs happening. I realised there was a fatal flaw with this system. In fact, there still is actually, by the looks of it. I hadn't locked this drawer up here, the one with the wheat in it. And so once that had eventually emptied out into the system upstairs, up at the top of the windmill, we had seeds and other things going into that top drawer because, of course, the pipes prioritize, like, you know, it comes out here and it prioritizes this one first and then this one. So the wheat had come out of here, and because the drawer wasn't locked, it could then accept a new item. So seeds would go in, and these body beans would also go in. And then they went up and clogged the system up and caused a right problem. I've sorted it out now. We're back to producing just bread again. But yeah, it caused a bit of a stir up. I had to go through here and just keep emptying random bits and bobs out of here for a couple of minutes. It was not particularly fun. We obviously still have this issue, which is not great. I don't think anything else actually has changed. Obviously, today we'd like to modify this structure a little bit as well, and possibly build a farmhouse, as per the suggestion. I'm not 100% sure if we're going to do that yet. Thank you for the hydrate. I don't know if we're going to be doing that just yet, but we'll see. This is kind of the reason that I want to build the dirt generator, because of course we're going to want more islands, right? This is not we're not just going to have 2, right? We're going to have loads. And having a way to produce dirt automatically will be kind of necessary, I think. You can see we're currently using up pretty much all of the stress of this windmill system, so we are going to need to build more windmills, or at least more of the windmill sails, in order to power this entire place. So there will need to be more of these, and I'm wondering if we just flat out build several windmills at some point, mainly for the purpose of generating power. I don't think they need to generate food, of course, because we've got more than enough, but we'll have to see. Trying to think what else I have done off stream. I built a couple more. We've got some more andesite casing. I did actually make some more andesite alloy. Of course, we've used it all up, so we need to make more of that in a moment. I accidentally crafted an entire inventory full of sandpaper, which I've actually been using, so it's not too bad, but you can see we've got a bunch here. I forgot about the stack sizes and the conversion rate. But I've also built a bunch of the machines, like the brass stuff that we're going to be needing, because obviously right now brass is not... In fact, none of our stuff is automatic, so yeah, I've built some of the things we're going to be needing today just ahead of time. So let's actually grab some of these out of here. We're probably going to want some more of those. But yeah, so the machine we're going to be building is a bit of an ugly mess, but it will produce for us dirt. So I will explain how this works first, because I think that's important. So this system is not my own design, it's one that someone on Reddit came up with. I could not tell you their username because I cannot remember, but I'll find it if anyone wants to go and have a look at the post. So this is what we do, right? We take 2 dirt and 2 gravel, and this creates coarse dirt, which is, I believe, a vanilla recipe. But you can see that the 2 dirt that we're putting in here, ignoring gravel because gravel is a free resource for us, creates 4 coarse dirt, right? And then the coarse dirt can be We use one of these mechanical plows, right? And this kind of just wipes over the surface here and turns this back into dirt. So, obviously we can turn 2 dirt into 4 dirt with the addition of the gravel. And then we feed half of that back into the system and the other half goes into the output chest. And that obviously is how we produce... It's basically dirt duplication, right? It's a pretty nifty system. You'll get to see exactly how that works once we build it. But first of all, I would like to just see if I can make any more of this. I think we're actually running low on clay. Yeah, we are running low on clay. So yeah, clay is actually something else that I think we need to be producing at some point. And you can see that eventually, once we get crushing wheels, we can start to do it that way. I don't actually know... This is mechanical... Mechanical crafters. Okay, so the good news is, we can make brass machines. It's currently a very slow and manual and expensive process, but we can do it. So maybe that will be feasible reasonably soon, right? During this phase of the mod pack. Bear in mind, we've barely been looking at the quests so far because we haven't actually started to do any of the stuff that's really important, because we need a base of operations for that. You can see we're still on Chapter 1, right? And Chapter 1 is high aspirations, so we still need to make an automatic forest, which will of course be our tree farm. We need to automate the production of andesite cobblestone, which involves us going down to bedrock and setting up some drills, and some like lava stuff. This one, a good way to automate sand at the moment is to build strainers. We have actually already acquired sand, so that thinks it's done, but we're going to need to build some water strainers as well and start to get those working, and then obviously automate the production of kelp. And once we have all 4 of those, we have everything we need to fully automate the production of these machine casings. So it's going to be quite a hell of a process, and obviously that's, you know, where we're going to be going in the future. Not right now, of course, because we're still trying to set things up. But we really should start to focus on that soon, though, because whoops. We are quite behind at this point, and it would be nice to have these things set up properly. That's, I'll hopefully give you a bit of an idea of what our plan is. I'm just going to wait for these to smelt quickly, just so that we can make a few more of these andesite casings. I went and manually mined a bunch of andesite cobblestone. I've actually been down to the mines, that was the other thing I was forgetting. And I've produced, as you can see, a couple of bits and bobs. We've got some copper, lead, gold, redstone, bit of iron, although actually the iron has been going up here, so we've actually got 12 stacks of this. Yeah, 12 stacks of that iron dust. I decided that I was just going to go down into the mine and collect the resources that are down there. Turns out that mine, that is obviously down in this area, actually extends all the way down here. Like, it's ridiculous. It just keeps going, and I didn't even explore all the way. I eventually had to turn around and find my way back, once my inventory had got full. So we've not even explored most of it. And we will obviously at some point need to go back down there once we've got fortune and get some more resources. We don't have trees in the sky yet, no. Simply because I'm just going to wait until we have our automatic system running, which we should probably do today. That might be a goal to do on today's stream, but I've just been using this manual tree farm down here. Hello, pillagers. Which has been slowly expanding, actually, over time, I've realised. But I was kind of doing most of this stuff mindlessly last night while I was watching things on a certain nameless streaming service. So, yeah. I believe this is the recipe I was after, and that creates more andesite alloy. Not a great deal of it, but enough. But yeah, we've got loads of plans, loads of things to do. But this dirt system is going to be the first thing, because of course we need to build more islands and more space. Obviously this one will eventually be where the castle goes. And yeah, we should probably also, once we have our wood farm set up, we should also get some fences going around these edges, just so I can't fall off. Stop going down to earth. Yeah, eventually we will become sustainable up here, that is the plan, although obviously the mines are still going to be a necessity. And once we set up our drilling stuff that's going to be producing the andesite cobblestone, that is somehow going to need to be brought up by machines. So we're going to need a conveyor belt system or something. I actually don't remember. I think this, I think with Create you can actually have vertical conveyor belts, but I'm not 100% certain. If anybody would like to look that up, please feel free, but I'm just going to try and check in here. And also we need to get this rubber system going again, because we actually didn't set that up after moving from the old base, so we've kind of lost out on rubber at the moment, which is a bit of an issue. Kind of feel like we need a book and quill to write all these things down. I also kind of feel like we had one at one point, but I don't know. Let's see, ink sac and feather. We have feathers. I could swear we... Oh, another thing. I went in the nether as well for a little bit because I needed quartz, and I managed to get pig step. I'm over the moon happy about that. So we have pig step now. That obviously will not be getting used in any recipes, because there are recipes you can use music discs for. But you can see I collected a bit of quartz, because obviously we needed that for the, to make the brass machines, for the electron tubes. I'm not seeing any sign of any ink sacs. I'm just going to go kill some squid quickly. Sorry, squid, but you are the target today. And yeah, I also should actually see, I don't remember... Okay, we do actually have the Mega Torch in here, prevents natural spawning of hostile mobs in a big radius around the torch. We should probably look into making some of these, instead of just spamming torches everywhere. In fact, those might actually be good up on the islands as well. You just need one of those, usually, and they have quite a large radius, although I think it's been nerfed quite a bit since the good old days when the Mega Torch was like the most overpowered thing you could have. Good job killing the spider there, buddy. But yeah, so Mega Torch is on our list of things to do as well, I suppose. Hello, guys. Sorry about this. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So they also drop squid beaks, which turn into ink sacs, and tentacles for some reason. I'm sure they also drop calamari sometimes. I'm not 100% sure. Right, now we need to get back again. That's always the challenge. Changed up our music playlist today. I don't know if the bot is still working. I haven't had a chance to look yet. It looks like it's not. Mega Pint. Mega Torch. I don't know how you got pint from torch. That's two very different things. Yeah, we might need somebody to take a look at the bot, possibly, and just see why it's not working. I'm actually just going to quickly have a look on the thing here and see if this is... We are still signed in, so I don't really know why this isn't working. Let's try refreshing this. I apologize, the music will stop for a second. Okay. Okay, this is not looking good for us. Elements. We're doing it live, people. We need to find out why this bot is refusing to do its job. Connect with... Alright. Yeah, we are connected, everything's all good, so I don't know why Stream Elements is refusing now to put the music information in the chat. There isn't really a reason for it. But if any of our admins are about and want to take a look at it, please do. Otherwise I will have to have a look again after the stream, if I actually remember this time. That does need to be sorted out. I was going to clear my throat, 1 second. Apologies for that. That was getting on my nerves. You wouldn't even know what you're doing? Yeah. I don't really know what's up with it, to be honest. It says it's connected. It says, you know, it's showing all green lights, essentially. So I don't really know what's going on with that. It is a mystery. Alright, so that got us what we needed to make a book and quill, so we can just start to write some of these things down. So we want mega torches. What else did we say we needed to do? Tree farm, dirt generator. We probably want to get our andesite generator going as well. There's just a couple of tasks for us, and I'll leave that in here for now. And just throw those away. Alright, so let's sleep. And as with all of the other stuff, I'm just going to build this up here for now in the middle of the area somewhere. Does not really matter where. And then we'll obviously move it later, because moving these systems is not too difficult. So the plan here is fairly simple. This machine. We're going to need some chests. I don't really know if we need double chests, to be honest. I think single will probably do. And I'm going to kind of just do this, like, here, maybe? So we do... Actually, you know what? Ah, yeah, right. We are actually going to need to make some of those mechanical crafters. I think that was something I did actually look at when I was prepping last night. Let's just make 8 chests for now. That's in the wrong place, isn't it? The good news about this machine is once we have a permanent place for it, it's actually fairly compact for the most part, or at least the bits that we care about. We can pretty it up a little bit fairly easily. That's actually not meant to be there. And we need a deployer. Please tell me... Oh, we're going to need those as well. So I made the mechanical arms. These are, again, just brass machines. Because we're going to need those. We're also going to need the depots. I am looking for the deployers, if we have one. If not, then I can always make another one. So we have the golden hand there. And this goes here. Just like that. Alright, we need to go make some mechanical crafters. I forgot about those, so let's just... We need... what is the recipe here? This is 1 to 3, thankfully, so we only need to make 2 brass machines, which of course is the precision mechanisms, so... Kinetic mechanism. So I also crafted a load of these cogwheels, although I think I actually ended up using most of them, so we may need more. Again, big surprise. See here. It's gonna be reasonably expensive, but, you know, it's a dirt generator, right? It's basically duplication of items. So a bit of expense is to be expected, I suppose. Just turn all of that into those. I believe it's those again, and of course the saw, which this thing, by the way, is the same saw we've been using this whole time. It basically never takes durability. I think we can eventually make indestructible ones for use in machines and stuff, because obviously eventually you're going to want to set up a assembly line, and obviously you don't want to be having to craft iron saws, because the iron is not really a easily renewable resource. I don't even know if it is a renewable resource at all. So this is just those on this system here, and we are going to need this is 16 of these. So let's see. You can see this goes really fast now, but we're going to need to make some more of these electron tubes. Yeah, there we go. That's 10. You can see how much nicer and faster that is now. So, that's still there. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's make... Really don't want to use up all of the redstone doing this, though. That's why we don't have more of these. Because it's quite a lot of redstone. Oops. And then, of course, we have to sand these, although I think we'll use these sandpapers first. And I've actually been trying to figure out what the process is supposed to be for automating the production of these quartz crystals, because I don't actually know if it's possible. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be, right? Because the pack's all about automating everything all the way through, so clearly there's got to be a way, but I haven't been able to find a way to produce quartz. As for redstone, we may actually end up needing, for the redstone dust, we may end up needing a witch farm, possibly. Because it's either that or we try to find a way to get cinnabar, which is just a world drop. I don't know if these trade stations can be set up to be fully automatic, but they require silver coins, so maybe the case that we would have to be selling some resource as well in order to set that up. I'm not sure. And then, yeah, as for the quartz, we've got, obviously, the option between surface quartz and nether quartz. I think the nether quartz can be, as you can see here, can be produced by prismarine crystals, which, as you can see, you can get drops from guardians to make that. So I'm thinking that's probably what the pack wants us to do, is set up a guardian farm, which is really strange. You know, setting up a guardian farm to make electron tubes, right? Is this finally broken? No. What is the problem? I'm unsure why this is not... Oh, right, these are not actually... I didn't put the right things on those. Can I get that back, please? I did this last time as well. Kind of annoying. We're going to have to just shoot those out for a second. Please give me the items, thank you. So we needed those 6 items. Yeah, I did this last time. It's no good, right? We actually need those to be covered with iron. There we go, and now we can just reset the filters. I really don't know why these accept the wrong item when they have a filter. There we go. Because they're not supposed to, but there we go. Right, so there's our 16 things, and then obviously we just need the brass machine casing interior piece, which is this, and I don't actually think I have enough brass. So we're going to need to obviously make... this is copper and zinc again. We need to mix those together. But we actually are not doing too well for zinc. Let's see if we've got a bit of zinc dust here, not a great amount. We also don't actually have a mixer set up here, so let's get one of those going. Looks like we are going to need another basin. Cheapen it. I really need to stop doing that. I apologize that the frickin' menu pops up like every time I do that. I have a habit of double pressing it for some reason. Clearly that's like something I need to do in one of the other games I play. And the habit's just stuck. Alright, let's see here. Looking like probably this one. Actually, wait, no, this one is actually hooked up to these things, so... if we do that, and then just put another cogwheel here. Hopefully this doesn't overstress it. And it has. Yeah, this is one of the issues that I've been worried about. Obviously, this is why we need more sources of power. I suppose what we could do for now is just swap this around. Yeah, there we go. And now, obviously, we just need the molten copper and zinc. Yeah, we also need a supply of lava coming in soon. Apparently there's a feedback button on Twitch now. Okay, well, I don't really see a problem with that. And of course we need to actually put in enough here for us to take out a bucket's worth. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hopefully a bucket. Looks like we might actually end up needing this zinc here. What I'll do is I'll just put the dust through. And spare some of the ingots. Right. There's our copper, and then obviously we just need zinc now. Hey Sandy. How far art thou? Alright, there we go. There is zinc and copper. Now we mix those two together. Fun, exciting content, I know. We really need this automated soon. But once again, I don't actually know if we can automate ores. That will be something to look into at some point and see if it's actually doable. Because if we can automate the production of ores, even if it's just like it gives us random stuff, I would accept that, because then we can filter it as needed. So I'll just put that inside here. And there's 6 ingots worth of brass. Not a great amount, but it'll do. I actually should probably set one of these up here as well, so that I can pour these a bit faster. Kind of annoying that there's like 8 nuggets and 8 millibuckets worth, because if that was just like 2 millibuckets more, that would turn into 9 nuggets, I think, and then obviously that would turn into 1 ingot's worth. So we are literally like 2 millibuckets off having another ingot there. But what can you do, right? This is a brass sheet, which is easy enough. We actually have this one set up for that. So much nicer not having to like manually do these things now. Slowly working our way up. Right, brass machines, and then obviously those things. And then I believe the mechanical crafter is looks like a crafting table. In the smithing table, like so. And that's 6 mechanical crafters, which is just a bit more than we need. Yeah, we're completing stuff in like other quest sections now. So these things are really cool. The mechanical crafters are amazing. This obviously is going to be set up to do a 2x2 crafting recipe. But you can see we can basically have this. Take the ingredients in, and then like these lines kind of show which way they will go, and you will actually get to see this kind of happening in a second. We're obviously going to need to hook this up to a power system, so it may be the case that we do a toggle, some sort of toggle where we can toggle between all of this stuff and this, because of course the mechanical strain is already at maximum, so we're going to need a way to do that, I think. So this is where the power's coming in from the windmill. I just ran the axle underneath the bridge. And then obviously we're going to need some sort of toggle here to say like go, you know, send the power down there, or send it this way, which will then obviously go off towards that system, right? I'm just trying to think how we can do that. We actually have the thing we need here. Clutch. I think we need another one of these, to be honest. We can make. Let's also just make sure we don't have any dirt on us. So let's make one more clutch, and then what we will do, essentially, is this. We will just have 2 clutches like this, and then we're going to need redstone stuff, so a lever and possibly a bit more dust, I'm not sure. Don't know how we check the feedback. I could not tell you. I do not know. Let's just do something down here for a moment. This is going to have to be a bit janky, but it's all temporary, so it does not matter too much. Kind of feel like actually that should probably be different. I'm not sure. I don't know. This is one of those things where like I'm not thinking too hard about it, right? But let's do some sort of lever like this. And then for this one... Oh man, I couldn't tell you. Let's actually go one further out just to make this easier. And then we'll have like one of these deals, I guess. Like that. And so you can see now, if I toggle that, now this one's stopped and that one's on, right? So we've got a basic redstone thing going. Just to allow us to toggle those. We get emails about the feedback at end of the week. Well, that's pretty good then, I suppose. Doesn't sound bad. I mean, feedback is important and it's something that we should certainly care about. Right, but of course people can always just reach us through Discord if needs be. Right, so we'll bring this mechanical power over here somewhere. I'm just going to kind of run it, I guess, to here, maybe? Means actually that now can just straight up be one of these. And then we can just begin running that along. This is very nerve-wracking, I am aware. Because we are teetering on the edge of death in order to get this going. That was a bit far, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we've got that over here now. Obviously we temporarily do want this on so we can work on it. And then power needs to go this way. And what we need to do first is, of course, hook up these crafters, which is easy. Let's just... Oh, this is actually too low now, isn't it? No, I suppose we can make it work, actually. It might be okay. It might actually be the case that we want it down there, I think. Let's do that, and then hook this up like so. Now those have power, essentially, so... we can just, of course, demo this again, just to show you how this works. And be paying attention for a second if you care about this, because it's interesting. I love these things. So we put the dirt in 2 of these. It doesn't really matter because it's the recipe works either way. Then we put this in, and boom. And you can see that actually deposited into this, into the deployer. So the deployer should then place that. Should actually be placing it right. The deployer, of course, needs mechanical power too. But then that will actually place the thing down. So we need a power along here. I'm just gonna kind of... We don't really care too much about the, you know, the fact that we're losing dirt here, just letting it fall, because obviously we will be producing it eventually. In just a moment. So let's bring that there, and I'm gonna see if I can just use some encased chain drives here to help us out. To transfer this power up. Just like that. And then of course those two, like so. And you can see that's placed that down now, so that's the, that is now coarse dirt. And then what we need next will actually involve a mechanical bearing. I don't know if we still have one. Doesn't look like it, so... Let's see if we can make one of these. That's cheap and easy. Obviously that floor is a bit ruined there, it's kind of annoying. I don't love it, but it doesn't matter too much right at the moment. Let's do that and that. And then we also need another radial chassis. I'm hoping we've got one of those at least. Oh, come on. Not looking good for us. Radial chassis. That's easy enough to make, though. Do I have... No. And that's 3 of those, we don't need 3. So what we're going to do here is just have our... Once again, this is actually going to need power in a second, but we're going to have one of those there. And we need the super glue, which really ought to be in the create bag. And then this is a bit of a finicky placement sort of method here that we need to use, but see here, so we only have 25 dirt. Let's go. We can just hide all of that up now. And then what we need to do is place the plows like this around each edge. And then as soon as we give this power, you will see what happens. And I believe we also need a depot here and one here. Yeah, pretty sure that's where it goes. And we're going to need to go make a hopper. Hoping we've got enough iron to do that. Like I did make a bit more, so here we go. I already have a chest on me, excellent. And then the hopper will pick this block up, which is going to be broken by a drill. So we do that. There we go. Okay, let's just figure out... So this is probably going to need to be speed controlled a little bit, because I think the rotation speed of this somewhat matters, but maybe not. It may actually be the case that we can get away with just having any speed. However, we are going to need to get underneath the island now, which is easier said than done, so let's do that quickly. Might as well grab all of this dirt since we're down here. And of course we can't actually pick up the water when there's kelp there for some reason. Don't ask me why. I do not understand this game's logic sometimes. So we need to be down underneath here. And I'm just going to kind of... I mean, we're going to need to be down here eventually anyway, so, like, super important really, but, you know. Yeah, that'll do actually. And then we can just kind of make it so we can get down there for maintenance. Come on. Can't quite reach because of this thing. Can I just get the edge? Perfect. And do that again. Come on, there we go. And then there, and then there. Perfect. And then just a safety rail so we can't fall off, I suppose. There we are. Alright, so this now needs its power bringing along from the other system. Well, we've got power over there, so it might be easy enough just to bring over. Do we have more of these? Yes, we do. Perfect. And then we'll just use a vertical one to connect this system. And now you can see this thing's absolutely bucking it. That is terrifying on so many levels. We may need to slow that down. So it actually does this in 2 stages. The first stage is it converts it back to dirt, and the second stage is it tills it. Which is obviously what the plough is meant to do. So then this is where the drill now breaks that and picks it up. So we need a drill. Do we actually have one? I don't think we do. However, we can steal the one from down here since that's no longer in use. We're going to have that for now. Make sure that lava doesn't go anywhere. Okay. But yeah, the drill needs to be here, obviously facing the other way. And then that also needs to be hooked up. I'd actually should probably break that first. Okay, so that actually knocks you around. Gotta be careful of that. Right. That's kind of an annoying place over there. Oh man. Can that be connected? That can actually just be connected directly with another one of these, I think. Such a mess, but there we go. And now we're operating, so you can see that deposits the dirt onto here, which is what we want. And now the final stage is to set up the mechanical arms, which are going to organize the items. So we need the funnels, and what we're going to do is put a funnel on each of these for the back faces of the crafters. And then we're also going to have one up here. And I'm actually going to do this where it's supposed to be. There we go. And one here. Alright. And now what you do with these mechanical arms is you set them up before you place them down. So if I right click on this depot here, that sets it as an input, so it will take from the depot. And then we're going to have it's going to place things in 2 of these, doesn't really matter which 2, and then also the output chest up there, right? And then we can place that down here, which is roughly where it needs to go. I'm actually just going to turn that off for a second. And what we want to do as well, I don't remember, I think it was this one and this one, right? We need to set up filters on these, because the arm is smart, right? The arm knows. This is why we needed the brass ones of these and not the other ones. It will only pick up the item if it knows it can deposit them somewhere, right? And it's going to figure out where to put them based on these filters. And this one here is just going to be an output. Trying to remember what the purpose of that one is now. Yeah, right. So we put the gravel inside here, and then that just gets output, or at least it should get output onto here. We need to just reverse that. There we go. Right. So the gravel goes on there, and then we'll have another arm somewhere that takes the gravel from here and places it in here or here. And once again, just hook that up like so. Now all we need to do in order for this whole system to work now is just to connect those up to the power. Well, so I'm saying power, but you know what I mean, right? Like the mechanical system. Ay, ay, ay. That's just not okay. Okay, that's picked up something it wasn't meant to. Picked up the entire side of this, right? 1 second. Yeah, this is because of the radius on that. Obviously, you can see. Didn't want that, so let's just put this all back where it belongs. Something like that was bound to happen at some point. So that there, and then obviously these 2. And for now, I'm just going to take all of our gravel because we're going to need it. I think that's everything, right? And then obviously the things here. Dirt. And then gravel. I've just realised that one of my resource packs isn't actually active, which kind of annoying. I added another resource pack, which we'll have to activate at some point. And now we can activate that, and it should be fine. And then, of course, we just need that, and I place this facing the right way. There we go. And those 2, right. So, in theory, it should be going. Why is it not doing anything? Is this actually dirt here? This is looking like coarse dirt to me. So let's go grab, we're obviously gonna, the other part of this is that we need to produce gravel, which will be something that we need to do using another drill and a cobble gen, essentially. If I put a bunch of gravel in here, and we just put maybe 2 pieces of dirt in here for now, just to Actually, no, the dirt goes in here, right? Just put those in, and we'll watch this system go. So we've only fed 2 dirt in, and everything that happens from now on is going to be based on that. It's looking like I think the drill is going too fast. So the drill might actually need to be slowed down. So we're going to want one of these rotation speed controllers, I think, which is another brass machine. I would really hope, honestly, that there's another way to do this, though. Because obviously the brass machines are not cheap for us. It's just the drill that really needs slowing down. Which is this here. Man, that is so annoying that that's like that many blocks apart. I think what we're going to have to do is have some sort of separate system for that. Let's just do that for now. The drill is going to be a tricky one, right? I think, I actually don't know why that's too fast, to be honest, come and think of it. We deploy... The plough thing is definitely going to have converted it by the time the drill breaks it, surely. Where is that the part that's not working properly? I do not know. Incidentally, we could actually move this drill, I suppose, and put it here. That might be easier. Because then we've got more space to work with. So we obviously want to do a transmission system like usual. So like this. Maybe? Let's just try that. So we'll feed this another 2 dirt. And there we go, look. So you can see now the ploughs have time to convert that into dirt. And the arms are actually picking that dirt up and then placing it back in the system. And so with this now, you can see we're slowly but surely going to be producing dirt. Not super fast. But, you know, this is the kind of thing where you could make a bunch of these. Obviously this whole thing here would be replaced with a speed controller eventually. But you can make a whole bunch of these and just have all of the dirt that you could ever possibly need being produced. And kind of do that a little bit. So yeah, that's the kind of thing we're going to have to leave this running for, you know, for a while. The only resource that we need to care about is the gravel, which we're going to have to produce ourselves. Incidentally, I think we can probably just hand this thing some more coarse dirt, maybe? No, that's actually taking it off. Okay. Well, we've got some spare coarse dirt that we can't really use. But yeah, so that's that setup for the most part. I feel like this ought to go in the create thing really as well. So let's put this all away a second. Alright, and the next thing we're going to need is to make another drill. Should just be an andesite machine, which we already have, and a drill head, which is easy to make. So that is iron, I think iron nuggets, which we already have, and lead. 2 lead. And what was it for plates? Just 2. So of course now we need to just activate that a second. And boom, and you can see obviously that system's frozen. And then we just bubble it back again. Easy enough. Right, so andesite machine, there we are. And that makes another drill. We should probably make another stressometer as well, because we are not currently monitoring that at all. on the other system, and I kind of want these two to have a separate... I suppose we could use the same one, really. Just put it, like, in the... on, like, the input bar or something, but I don't know. For now, we'll just do it this way. I don't know why I pulled 4 of that, stuff there. And an andesite machine casing. Stressometer, there we go. Need one of these in real life. And this really should just be able to be connected anywhere, I think. So, that'll do. So we can see that we've got probably just enough mechanical stress left for the drill, because I think that's the only thing we need. No, we need a drill and a mill. Please tell me we've got another mill. I feel like we have a spare somewhere. Oh, I might have actually used it over here. Yeah, okay, so we're going to need to make another one of those as well. This is just cog, andesite, andesite alloy, andesite, and some other stuff. And we are running out of those alloys again really fast. Kind of unbelievable. I suppose that wants smooth stone, does it? And then also a plank, I think. There we go. So explain to a dummy how this machine works to make infinite dirt. Okay. I did explain it already, but this is exploiting a vanilla recipe where you can convert dirt and gravel in this formation. You can see the machine crafting it here. Into coarse dirt, right? So 2 dirt, 2 gravel makes 4 coarse dirt. So the gravel is the only input we need. That's the only thing that gets consumed, which we're about to make infinite anyway by just setting up a machine to produce it. So we place down the coarse dirt using a deployer. The plows very quickly convert it back into dirt and then till it. So now we get 4 pieces for the 2 that we input. That goes down onto this thing, which then takes... The arm takes 2 of them, puts them back in the crafting thing, and then the other 2 go into our output chest, and you can see we are slowly mounting up from the 2 dirt that we placed in an entire stack already. It's fairly simple, really. So the only other thing we have to do now is just produce gravel, which is easy. So we're going to need a hopper. Did I use up all the chests, or am I just being blind here? I feel like we had chests. Must have used them, I guess. And we're going to need a bunch of glass. Fortunately, I think I made a load of this clear glass. That'll do for now. All we need to do is set up manufacturing of gravel here, which we can just do easily enough. Millstone goes here. And coming to think of it, I think we actually do need... No, we might be able to get away with this. I think a chute will work. So this is where the cobblestone gets generated, right here. So we're going to want, obviously, to make a cobble gen. Whoops. A bit overzealous there. We're probably going to want just a bit of scaffolding to get up here for the time being. Although that might not be the best place for it, because I actually think we need these... Yeah, we need this here. That was a pointless positioning. On the plus side now, because I'm, you know, jumping around all over the place, we have endless food, so I don't really need to care too much about the hunger drain as much as before. This piece has to go and be replaced with a lower piece. I do hope that didn't just get sucked into the system there. Kind of feel like it did. I don't know what happened to that. Yeah, so we just go down a piece for that one. And then this is where we Like this. And we're going to need to make some more clear glass as well, by the looks of it. There's where it went. Very carefully go through here. So it looks like we've run out of the gravel now. Let's just turn it off a second. There we go. Might be efficient, but God, is it an ugly machine? Yes. Well, as I said, the this sticky outy bit can go eventually once we can make more brass machines. And then from the front, this is actually not too bad. It's mostly just this bit that you'll see. Obviously, that can just be like moved further up and hidden away somewhere. Or we can put it elsewhere and just use pipes to pipe it in from the back and completely hide it. So, yes, it's ugly for now, but it's, you know, we're going to move it. It's not going to be staying here. Right now, we just need it to be working so we have a supply of what we need. I think that's good. Now, of course, we need lava. Surprise, surprise. So water in that one. And let's go to the nether and quickly grab some lava. I kind of feel like we need a better way of transporting lava, like a tank or something. I don't actually know if we have tanks in this pack. Kind of also feel like we need a walkway down to a lava lake around here somewhere. Eventually, because this is obviously a place where we're going to be going for our lava quite a lot for the time being. Get rid of all of this. But for the time being, this will have to do. In fact, actually, we technically do have a walkway. I made one last night. It's just a little bit out of the way. Of course, we could also move that portal up eventually, and this whole system needs to probably be torn up at some point as well. But then, so this goes here, right? Slowly but surely. And there's our cobble. So the only thing we need now is, of course, a drill, which we can place however we want, but I think I'm just going to put it at the back here. Please. I didn't want that to happen. Ugh. There must be everything on the Sky Islands. Yes, that is the eventual plan. No more need for the ground. Game, please. Okay, let's get that lava off the hotbar. This actually wants to be going in our smeltery. Because we were starting to run low. I've also added another tank on the other side there, just so we can eventually fuel that a bit better. And we need to just supply now the machines up there. I think a chain drive may be in order, but I'm not 100% sure because, of course, this needs to be connected as well. Although, coming to say that, we might be able to do this, actually. Can't remember if this is a thing or not. Can I please jump on that? There we go. These things are supposed to... I don't know if it's just the large ones, though. It might... Yeah, the large ones can be angled like that. I don't know if the small ones can. I don't think they can. Doesn't look like it. Well, I suppose we can just... Yeah, we can do this. We'll just use a gearbox. Turn it into a vertical one. Now we're going to need some sort of power to come along here. One more. And then this one here can just be a gearbox. Wait, that's not right. Yeah, so we bring this down one more, and then gearbox here. That should power that. And this can almost be connected straight to this thing here. I think. We're going to need to make more encased chain drives, though. Sure, let's use magma cubes as a pillaring block, because we live life on the edge. There we go, right, so just a few more encased chain means, encased. This is andesite, casing, and iron nuggets. That made 8, so not too bad. And then of course we can just kind of bridge this gap here. Boom. And there we go, so now we are mining the cobblestone. That should get ground into gravel and then go back into our system. That's now endless. So that was all we needed to do, and now this is a fully automatic system. Looks like we somehow don't have dirt in here. Not sure how that's happened, but keep an eye on that, I guess. I suppose it's because the system stopped at some point. At some point during the process, I guess. Now, what is happening back here? Is this... Ah, that got turned into coarse dirt and then placed straight on there for some reason. Oh, I know what it is. Helps if you turn this back on. There we go. Okay. So we're back up and running again. And yeah, so that's now fully automatic entirely, and we are good to go. Apologies for how ugly it is, I know, but it won't be staying there. We will probably make a couple of these. If we can try to get everything compacted into this 4-block area, we can go as far back as we want, but if we can get this 4 wide and no wider, then we can probably tile these and have a couple of them. If it ever turns out that we need that many, but for now at least we're fine. This cobble gen thing could be rotated the other way by 90 degrees as well, in order to get it to fit, or whatever the hell ends up happening. But it might be a case that I will build more off-stream, because obviously that's going to be a very, very slow and tedious process because of all the andesite machinery. But for now we don't care. So we've got at least something running now that is generating that, and it is now endless, so we can leave that running whilst we go to do the other stuff and kind of just forget about it for a while. Alright, I suppose now that we have dirt production, we can also just kind of, you know, patch this up a bit. Not perfectly, of course, because of this redstone dust won't let you actually place blocks, but, yeah. You know what, I think what we're actually going to do, if I can't promise that it's going to happen. I can find the notepad to start. At some point I will add the dual hotbars mod, I think. I don't know if this has been updated to this version though. But I just feel like we need more hotbar space, because I am constantly having to wrestle with that like all the time, and it's kind of annoying. I'd like to have all of my tools permanently on here, but you can see, you know, 3 tools, food, and then the backpack leaves only 3 slots for blocks, which is not great. So that will be something to do at some point. But I won't be doing that now, because of course that's going to cause a disruption. So I suppose we should probably finish this thing off, get the windmill going. Well, get it built, I guess, to specifications that I have set. So let's grab the mudstone bricks, let's grab some more, some of this stuff, just in case we end up needing it. It's unlikely, but we'll see. We might actually need more clear glass, because I think the windows might end up being bigger. How did we make this? I think it's just, we smelt sand, right? In the smeltery. If I recall correctly. Soon find out. Got a whole block of molten zinc there, Jesus. Actually, that's the point. I suppose we could add the copper in as well, just a bit more of this copper dust. Just make some more of that brass, since we've got so much of the dust now. Right, so that's 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have that redstone thingy? Neither of those are the ones we want. I don't know what I did with it. So that's now 8 blocks still, it's still going. Yeah, I need to also add to my notes to have a look at our freaking bot because it's still not working. What was if I do that? 3 more blocks. And now you can see we've got, for some reason, Tinker's Bronze. What happened there? Copper and zinc. That was what we used, wasn't it? To make zinc and copper makes molten brass. Why have we made Tinker's Bronze? What was that all about? Ah, it was the glass. It's mixed some of that in. I see. Fair enough. Fair enough. I did not accommodate for that, I guess. At some point I need to do something about the lighting in this room, because it's like super gloomy where I am right now. But it's not super gloomy. One second. I don't know if that's going to or not. At some point I will actually be adding a mirror to the room anyway, so we're going to get more light. Right, let's just do that. There we go. Okay, so let's see how this is doing. Still going, good. Anything else we're likely to need? Stone bricks, perhaps. Almost certainly. And of course the stone system downstairs has been disabled now, so we do need to be somewhat careful with these. I kind of want to take a look at the other stone that we have, though, and just see if there's anything slightly better to use. That's interesting. The tiles only have their uses, but I don't know. This could be good. What is this? Weathered limestone. That might be something that we get from the production system we're going to be making for the andesite, because it doesn't just produce andesite. So that's something to look for. Heavy stone bricks. Let's just quickly make some of these and see what those are. What those are like. Interesting, okay. These not... I'm not sure what the pattern is here. Let's make some more of these and find out. Guess we'll just make a stack. Okay, so that seems to be, I guess, just somewhat randomized. I think. I can't tell if that's based on how I place them or how they... just where they are in the world, because I know some mods do it that way. Very difficult to tell, actually. Looks like it might be based on how I place them. I'm unsure, but I don't make a stack of those? Guess not. But then what did we do here? If you smelt them, you get the cracked variant of that. If you spot any blocks here that you think might look good, let me know. There are, of course, cobblestone as well. Like cobblestone bricks that we can make using, presumably, chisel. So there's actually quite a lot of options here in terms of what we could use. This cobblestone panel looks like it might be good for some sort of like foundations, I think. I do quite like the look of those, although I wish the textures would connect. They're a cobblestone panel connected variant. Of course, some other ones here, like the indented ones. These ones do actually connect, that might be even better. It's basically the same texture, but with a slightly thicker border. And, you know, connected textures. Road will obviously be good for around this area. Honestly, these wide bricks might be what we want, maybe. We've got plenty of options anyway. We can kind of take a look through those, but I think I'm going to use the wide bricks over there for the time being, maybe. Of course, Celtic is always a win, but I don't know. There's also Pillar, which we could take a look at, but where's wide bricks gone? There they are. Let's go see if we can adjust this building to actually look decent, and then we're obviously going to need to add a roof to it. So this floor here wants to be widened by 1, and I think we're probably going to want the plots thing open. So let's just go to the website, plots.z.co.uk. And this website, incidentally, is this. So we can, like, in this case, obviously do ellipse, right? Don't need that. And then we can set whatever the radius is, based on this. So currently our radius is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so if we do this, obviously that would now be 10, I think. Actually, is it 11? Because of the middle block. Go into 2D view. Yeah, so you can see 2 blocks out from the side and then 2 blocks diagonally, right? Which is what we had before. So middle, 2 blocks diagonal, and all the way around. So now if we just increase this by 2 blocks, so that there's a center point again, you can see this is now what the thing will look like. So I'm just going to put that over there, and we will begin. So all we need to do here is go out to basically the exact same thing by the looks of it. So like this goes here now, all the way around, and then these actually go here. So that's pretty easy to do. Don't really need the plot thing for that. And you can see obviously this is going to need to be adjusted a tad. That's also going to probably have to be moved, potentially. Whoops. And I suppose we could leave this in a bit where it is, because it kind of looks good like that. I don't know if we'll change the texture out or leave it as is, but that kind of gives it more thickness, because obviously it's, you know, got to look like it supports the weight of this entire thing. And then as for these, obviously this all has to be adjusted now, so let's grab our scaffolding. And we can just kind of start to build a framework here so we can work. And then obviously we're going to need to figure out what we're going to be doing up here. because I am not entirely sure what the plan will be for that. But let's see here. Looking like we might need just a bit more platform out here, which is fine. What we're going to do here is just kind of this, and then I'm going to see if I can swap these out, just so that we know where the corner is, because I kind of have a system with these scaffolding things where the corner is usually the place where you go down. Helps me to remember. And we need to get some feather falling, and I also need to make some new armor soon, by the way. This is about to break, and obviously we don't want that in this difficulty, right? So I guess further. We actually need this other stack as well. Let's just take a look actually at this plot modeler a second. Whatever it's called, plots modeler. Just trying to think whether or not, because these walls are now 5 blocks wide. Yeah, no, I think this is fine. I think we are doing this correct. We'll obviously just have to wing it and see what happens. I mean, it's, you know, it doesn't have to be exact to anything. Right. So yeah, obviously, if we go inside here, what we can actually start to do is just take out these windows. You have to be a little bit careful of this fire. I also dyed the belts in here, just because obviously this is the water area, and that's the fire one. This one obviously is just transport, so it's not got a colour, but yeah. And then of course these are, for some reason, mined with that. But yeah, let's get rid of these walls, just to make it easier so we can see from the inside what we're doing. And we really need to make a faster axe though. That might also be something to do today. Let's put that on our to-do list. And of course we did actually have both of our to-do lists in here anyway, so that was a waste of time. That one can just go. Because this is obviously going to take a moment. Do we actually have any modifiers left on this? We have one upgrade, so we could go make this faster using some of the redstone. But it will end up being quite a bit of redstone for that. I think it's like 50 something for a level of haste. But this axe is really slow, so it could end up being worth it. And then if we just start placing these like that, I actually like this more. I think a 3-wide window just makes more sense to me. I don't know if we want to just have it be like that or what. I don't really know what the design for the windows on the corners should be. We can't really use these wood windows that we had before, because if we did this, for example... Oops. That's obviously not going to work, right? There's just no way to place that. So it looks good. Suppose we shouldn't really be throwing away book and quills. Let's just put that in here for now. Or we can just clear that out. So yeah, I don't know what we should do for the windows, but we can figure that out in a moment. For now, what I'm just going to do is build the walls all the way. Just so that we have them in place. Or alternatively, I could get pushed off by a windmill. I don't know what you want to call that, a blade? If my headphones can release me from their grip, so I can actually have some free action, that would be nice. Plus, I can't use vein mine here because otherwise it's going to vein mine the entire pillar, because sometimes it can jump through blocks and going where it goes to. Doesn't usually happen, but I don't want to take the risk here because we've built so much. and some of this stuff is resting on structures. Now a little bit of a tricky build, I suppose. Of that. And we have no way down here. This whole thing is just a meme. That's what we said. I think we'll just, instead of trying to build the scaffold to work on, we'll just kind of build it as we go needed. Because this floor shouldn't be too difficult really to get done. And I suppose as a rule of thumb we can just say, well, if you can't see the stone, then something's wrong. So like here, for example. Kind of one way we can tell where it needs to go out. Too far away from the mic. I do not know why it's so sensitive like that. Like if I move the tiniest little bit, I go quiet. But honestly, I need a new microphone. Do not get along very well with this one. It was a fairly cheap one. Need something that can actually do some decent noise suppression as well, honestly. Annoying because I need to sit back because my back is starting to really hurt from this position. And it's not a good posture that I have right now. But of course if I do that, I go quiet, so there is no way to win. Let's just go grab that glass, or maybe it could despawn, that works too, I guess. Of course, these brackets now need to be moved. And we are also still going to want to make some more of these farms. I never got around to doing that in the end because I got distracted by the lack of resources and went mining. So we will need to go get more stuff. Sack can just be moved a little bit. On the plus side, this gives us a little bit more freedom of motion. We'll be able to get around this thing a bit easier without burning ourselves. So let's do this. And then of course that's going to want to go there. I think we should probably just fill this block in to make sure no mobs are spawning there. Read your chat once in a while. I've been reading it every few minutes. I mean, it's quite far to my left. I need to... Actually, I can sort this out for you. 1 second. If I recall correctly, Streamlabs OBS, what I am using right now, allows me to swap my chat to the other side. Now, I don't remember where the option is. But I need it to be closer to my screen anyway, so let's see. That's not helpful. Appearance. Show the live dock on the left side. Uncheck. There we go. Right, now my chat is right next to my games, so that will be a bit easier for me to see. I'm currently in the process of trying to sort my desk out a little bit more, so I can move my side screen forwards a little bit so I can actually see chat easier, because it was quite far away before. So I'm actually sort of still in the process of working on that. Obviously, wall behind me will still be getting painted at some point, so the room's not done yet. There will be more changes to come. This pipe is going to have to move, but I don't actually know if we've got... Yeah, we've only got 2 pipes left. I don't know if that's enough for us to extend this so that it can move over. But it's looking like we might have to do that. So let's just... tell you what, we're going to vein mine that. Looks like vein mine only has a limited reach anyway. And then we will obviously just go sort that out in a second. Actually, I'm going to do this one block away just to make it easier. There we go. And of course, this now means we can have that in. Obviously all of this needs to go. But we'll get that from the inside in a second. Right, so this whole system's going to be deactivated for just a moment here, which is fine. I also like that this clamps onto the wall like that. I mean, I guess that was kind of the point of the mod. And then we can just do this. In fact, actually, this could probably be connected up the way it was. I feel like we've lost a pipe somewhere. There's probably one inside, I think. I think I saw something in there a second ago. But this whole system here is going to be slightly rearranged anyway at some point. Yeah, there it is, look. Wait, was that not the pipe? Okay, well, we've either lost a pipe or we need to go make another one. I don't know. Yeah. I am unsure, to be honest. But we've got plenty of wheat, so that will continue going for a while anyway. Actually, it's worth remembering as well that this floor will be slightly narrower, so we might be able to gain a pipe back from when we do that change. Anyway, so... around this side and continue. I just think having this staggered height is going to make this look a little bit more sort of realistic in a way. Gives us a bit more room to work with on this bottom floor. Obviously less room on the top one, but we don't care because it's just... the top floor is literally just a chest, really, and a bed. There's no real purpose to it. It's just where the items go in at the top of the system. I actually kind of like that this is here. Might just leave that as is, to be honest, along with this stone floor. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see. It does look kind of nice as it is. So let's get another piece of cobblestone to go in here. And obviously that's going to go there. I was confused as to what's going on here, but that's what's going on. Got to actually put those in. Give that a check all the way around. Looks like we're good. Whoops. I do like the openness of this. To be honest, it actually looks kind of nice, having that open, but obviously... so we could do something like this, where we just have that open on the sides, maybe? I don't know. It'd be worth trying it and seeing what happens. I mean, obviously, I don't really think there would be any reason why a windmill would have its side open like that. Presumably, you'd want to protect all of the flour from the elements, but, yeah. Alright, I don't know, maybe it's these, corner ones that want to be open. We'll have to experiment with it a bit and see what happens, right? Or it could just be the case that we have the glass like that, we just have a nice big open window. So just like this maybe. And I'm actually... part of the resource pack that I mentioned earlier that I would like to add includes borderless glass, which I think will just look a little bit nicer. It doesn't have that pixel border around the edges, but it still has the streaks on it, so you can tell it's there. Which I think would look better in situations like this. Although, of course, we could build a custom window here too, using chisels and bits. I've managed to get myself stuck. Alright. So this is mostly done now. We're just on this bottom floor. We just need this bit. And this is probably going to be in the way here now, so we may have to move it, I don't know. Or we can have it as a feature somehow. So mudstone bricks and that stuff. Of course, our... Yeah, okay, our pillar needs to go on this now. And it looks like these blocks here are going to actually be exposed, so those will need to become probably stone bricks or whatever. Whereas we could swap these for something else, maybe. I don't know. Maybe those? I don't really know. I don't much care. To be honest, it's not super important. So obviously normally we'd have a window here, but I think on this particular floor we're not going to be able to realistically do that. That is a bit loud, isn't it? I've just realised, for some reason my browser's opened 2 copies of the plots modeler. Don't know why. Make sure that's not too loud. Oh, so this pillar here, of course, needs to go, so let's just do that. I think that's everything. Obviously, we can just do a walk around here to make sure we didn't miss any bits. Be careful of that windmill, of course. Ah, that will be where the other pipe went. I guess we found it after all. Let's go grab that quickly. Or it gets sucked up or something. Yeah, okay. I don't actually know if we can encase the cogs. Let's find out if we can. Be interesting. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, well that's not the worst thing in the world. So just take a look at this from a distance. Obviously we need to put some of the windows back in. I think that's looking a bit better. We need some sort of like ramp, I think, to smooth out the transitions. It's looking okay, and another thing I need to do is turn my FOV back down. I kind of turned that up a little bit before to take some screenshots. Now that's a bit low. So let's do the windows here. And of course the other thing is that now that we're producing dirt, we may also be able to make a separate system to produce these bricks, because if we can get infinite water we can just have it siphon from the dirt production thing. And sort of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. We need to set up a smeltery like that one over there, and have it obviously like automated, feed water into it, and siphon some of the dirt out of the output chest into there. And then we can automate the production of the bricks if we decide we need to use these bricks that we're using for this build elsewhere. We also asked Pheasant to pop in, but he's being himself, yeah. Could not tell you, honestly. People do what people need to do. I am not all too fussed, to be honest, today. I think today is just, again, me chatting away and building things. Right. Let's see if we can connect this back up. I think we were missing just one singular pipe, right? That can go again. And then obviously the top floor also wants to be narrowed down, but first of all, let's take a look. We could actually possibly use some of these roof pieces. I don't know what colour. We'll have to think about that in a second, in order to kind of smooth that out a bit. I'm going to go take a very quick break, and just go clear my nose up. Head room out a bit because it's getting really warm in here. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Enjoy the music. Alright, I have returned. Oh, and it is getting very bright in here. I almost cannot see my screen, which is going to be a problem. Right. So, let's continue finishing this build off. Now we need to decide on a roof to use. I'm thinking probably, I don't know, red maybe? Would red go with this? Whoops, what the heck? Okay, that was a strange placement. Go for a steep one. Red tiles. Ah, interesting. So this is terracotta and planks, which is just clay, really. We need clay for a number of other things, so maybe we'll just go collect some for a moment. And I would love to be able to see my screen better. This is the sun is doing its thing. So I guess if we head to the east over here, that looks like an area that would have plenty of clay. Who is shooting at me? This guy. And he has an enchanted bow, that's not acceptable. I've lost a piece of armor. For whatever reason, my frames are a bit skippy down here. There's another reason to build everything up on the island. Skippy frames down on the ground. But yeah, we can actually hover over this and see what's in there. So that's all dirt, sand, and there is clay. So went to get some G fuel. I'll have a look at the dirt machine in a moment. Obviously, I'm just going to go nip over here and grab some clay for a moment because we need it for a bunch of things. Also, please let me know if you are preferring this music to the other music that we had playing before. I've changed the playlist because obviously it was playing all the same songs again. I don't want it to get too repetitive. Not that it's bad music, necessarily. Much further along. Yeah, so we just grab all of the clay that we can see around here. And again, Vein Miner is our friend, so don't have to do too much. Because really, we don't necessarily have to go over to the other bit. River should have enough. Eventually, we're going to need to pick up a bunch of gravel, sand, and clay as well to make to extend our smelteries and build more, because we're probably going to want more than one for various different purposes. I'd like one for full auto block pouring. Wow, it's really hard to believe that we've only been going for an hour and 40 minutes. Today is one of those days where time just seems to not exist, for me at least. I think what I am going to do though is I'm going to try and make it so I can sit back just as soon as I can get out of this water. Because this posture is not helping me very much at all, so... See if this is doable. Apologies if that made too much noise. Kind of annoying, I can't really move my mic any closer than it looks a bit. And it scrapes on the table a bit. But if this helps me to continue, then it's all worth it. I need to get a longer mic arm at some point, I think. vein miner, please. Alright, that's plenty of clay for now. Let's head back. We have a fairly interesting biome over here. In fact, another thing we can do whilst we're here actually is just make sure that we've got saplings for different tree types. This is actually yellow autumn, it's not actually birch apparently. I don't know. I mean, it drops birch planks, so make of that what you will, I guess. Let's just make sure we have a few of those. At some point we'll probably want to go get dark oak, which I think I saw some. Now if I can just kind of see the machines running over there. See them running in slow motion as well. But there should be dark oak in that direction somewhere, to the northwest, northeast, rather. I think I spotted some the other day. So, yeah, dark oak is win builds, and especially if we're going to be doing anything sort of medieval style, we probably want it to be a bit darker, I'm not sure. It usually seems to be the case that that's what they have wasted time. So now we get to scale another mountain, yay. Has this song been playing forever? I cannot tell. Again, my sense of time doesn't exist, but yeah, it's like 6 minutes long, okay. Pretty catchy though. Of course, I still think that we are going to want to produce more of these dirt making machines. I don't know where all of that has come from. Why was there dirt here? Did I throw that out? I hope that hasn't fallen out of somewhere. Ah, this is full luck. So we actually have a bottleneck here. This thing is going so fast that the hopper can't keep up. Which is a good thing, I suppose. Depending on how you want to look at it. But we're going to need to do something about that. Sorry, I'm just trying to think what we can actually do here to, you know, solve this problem. Just do that for a second. Yeah, so I suppose it was probably flinging dirt everywhere. If this is going so fast it can't keep up. I mean, this arm's going pretty damn fast, so it's not that one. But there's your answer in terms of the dirt grind, right? It's going so well that it can't even keep up. Interesting that coarse dirt has ended up in there now as well. That's a little concerning. Yeah, this thing is way too fast. Honestly, we don't need it to produce farmland. It doesn't really matter though. We're not losing anything from it doing that. And it's possible as well that this whole thing here doesn't need to be slowed down as much as it is. Although I suppose if that's the speed the drill is going and this still fills up eventually, yeah. We might honestly have more on our hands here than we need. So I guess every now and then I'm going to have to come over here and just manually sort of empty the hopper out, which isn't too bad, I suppose. If it just means that we're producing too much dirt. Can't complain of that, right? There's no way that that can be a bad thing. Except for the part where if we eventually want this to be a system that we can leave running overnight or something, you know, full auto without any sort of interaction from a player, then that will need to be solved. The solution to something like that would usually be like a well, we could use, I guess, pipes maybe, I'm not sure, or conveyor belts to some extent, but we may have to have more of these arms as well. The other solution is, instead of using a hopper, we use a hopper minecart, which pulls the items in at ridiculous speeds. Oops. Alright, so what were we doing before? We came over to get clay. What I'm just going to do with the clay is make terracotta. And we need to do this. And we also needed red dye, which we already have, fortunately. I did say that it's possible we'll end up needing it. Turns out I was right. And then it was just planks, I believe. I don't think it cares which ones. Probably go harvest our tree farm as well whilst we're waiting on that. Interesting that I did not end up on the bed there, what the hell. Yeah, we should get a flax farm going today as well. See if we can get some more. We may have to go exploring at some point and see if we can get some more rich soil. Because I want it to pretty much be a rule that all of our farmland is going to be rich soil. Just simply because it increases the speed at which things grow and makes sure that you cannot accidentally trample the stuff. And that mobs can't come along and trample it, which is the worst thing in this entire game. Right, this needs to go away a second. There we go. But yeah, I suppose I'm not going to bother replanting all of this because one of our goals is to build the tree farm today, or at least a tree farm. Obviously, we're going to have to do another temporary one and then eventually have an entire island dedicated to that kind of stuff. And I think I kind of have an idea for something that I might want to do, but I don't know how possible it will be, so it may require me to do some more testing in my... I've made a creative world for just testing designs for things that we can use, that we can build in here. What I'm thinking is that we have a island where it's kind of got trees, possibly even different types, growing all over, like kind of a small sort of medium density forest, I guess. And then we have it so that we have like machines ready to chop those trees down, like not all of them, but just some of them dotted around randomly. And we have it so that every now and then you just see one of the trees get chopped down and replanted. And then like a different one will go the next time or something, and it'll be random. I believe there are enough redstone machines we can use to do that, but it might be a bit challenging, we'll have to see. But I think that might be a slightly more interesting idea than just having a bog standard chopping machine like we did before. But we are also going to want it to be a case of having quite a number of these being chopped down, because presumably the wood consumption is going to be quite high as well, because it's used in a fair few parts of the recipes for the various different things we need. And of course we're always going to be using logs. Once we start building larger structures, that's going to be a constant. That was actually quite a fair few stacks there, that's not too bad. Alright, so the terracotta's done now. Let's just do this. And then of course we can just flank that all up and do this. Yes. Now these red tiles are actually kind of interesting. Let's take a look at these just quickly. Presumably these are what you use for most of the roofing. These are very nice, actually. This is from the XK's Deco mod, which has quite a lot of other good stuff in here. I think a lot of this stuff will help us just flesh out the builds, like this windmill. Just to add some more sort of interesting stuff to it. But as for these roof tiles, this is stone cutting, so... And that's fortunately a 1 to 2 recipe. I would prefer it to be 1 to 4, but that will do for now. We have actually managed to lose some scaffolding somewhere. I don't know where. Alright, so if we just place these down, we can kind of get a sense for how this will look. This one might be a bit tricky. I don't know if we're going to be able to make like a, yeah, there's a side one. I'm assuming this is like, at an angle, I'm hoping. Let's see here. Or is this... No, okay, this is a different thing. Not entirely sure what that's all about. Let's just do this down here. Okay, that looks like a sort of end piece. And then presumably you would have... Oh, hold up. Do these automatically corner? Oh, these automatically corner. Okay. Even better then. That solves my problem. Can we redo this? No, we cannot. Right, let's get another 32 of these turned into roofs, and then we've got over a stack, which should be just about enough. And yeah, this is what I was trying to find a solution for. So if we do this at the correct angle, it's a little bit difficult with that windmill threatening to take my head off, but you know. So we're just going to kind of build a scaffold around here for a moment. Just until we're finished, because I feel like I'm going to want to do some more stuff here. How far out did this actually go? Kind of... Yeah, there's one more. Oh, I suppose that's where the rest of the scaffolding is, right where the pipe is. That's okay. This is going to be a bit... Yeah, please don't make me have to... Oh, actually no, I suppose... Yeah, this will just work as is, because this already has support from this thing. Which I don't really think we need right now, so let's just get rid of that. So we can reclaim some of that. I'm going to just use a plank here for this bit. We are actually running out of these. I don't think there's enough to quite build this entire thing. But I think we actually have more in storage, and we can certainly make more. Ah, we are just a few too short. That's kind of annoying. It's also typical. Like, come on now, there was only one way that was going to go. Right. Let's put these roofs in anyway and see what we get. The reason I did that like that is because, of course, we need to be able to place these at the right angles. That does look very funky. I'm not sure I love it. you can see we need these angled placements in order for those to then sort of connect up. I actually suppose I kind of like the way that this overhangs a little bit. The pipe is of course going to be in the way again, big surprise. So we might have to move that again. But as I said before, the pipe may end up being redone anyway. And that was a good jump, if only I didn't get knocked by the thing. Alright. I don't know if we're going to be able to see those from down there because of the angle and the scaffolding, but if we can take a look. Alright, it's not too bad, but not fantastic either. I was actually thinking of keeping this, but I realised it's just too intrusive, so let's pick this all back up again. Hopefully this plough system doesn't actually pick these up. Alright, so we're missing like 2 scaffold pieces. Okay. So yeah, let's just have another look at this again. Alright, it's a bit odd, to be honest, but well, the idea was there. I'm wondering if now we want the steeper ones. I suppose we could try them. We have enough of these left. Let's maybe turn 16 of these into the steep ones. Let's also sleep. Yeah, I kind of feel like these ones might be more fitting, to be honest. Tell you what, let's make another stack of terracotta, because I feel like we're going to need it. Well, not a stack, but another half stack, I guess. And let's replace the roof again. I'm tempted to turn this off for a second while we're working on this, just because of how it keeps knocking me. I think we'll just do that for a second. Oops. So let's see how this looks instead. I actually feel like these are supposed to be, or should be, a block further out, but then it means that this whole windmill thing here would end up needing to be a block further out. You know? But, I feel like this is how this should go, maybe something like this, right? Wait, is this not the same? Okay, that was strange. We could do something maybe like this instead, actually. And then fall off, because of course. I don't know if that would be better, maybe. Obviously you won't see it from the side. I really don't know. This is a tricky one. I don't even know if we want to be using these roof blocks at all, to be fair. Still haven't really decided whether they actually fit. Because I think the colour's just a bit much. Anyway, let's just vein mine this entire roof off for the time being. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about the roof. We'll have to try different designs, but for now let's just continue working on the structure. Provided that I have logs on me, I need to go get some. So let's just put those away in there for now. And of course that needs to be turned back on again. Let's just quickly check on it first. So we have already managed to amass almost half of a double chest already. So a full chest's worth. I'm going to switch this back on again, although of course we now need to work on this floor, so we need to be careful. Let's start with removing the windows. Of course that had to go and fall down there, because why wouldn't it, right? Just going to get rid of the bed for now, because we're not really using that. Okay. We just need to bring this wall in by one for this one, which actually means that our elevator's going to need to move. I didn't think about that. But let's just quickly see if there's anything we can do about the elevator. I'm starting to think this might have to be swapped out for some sort of ladder or something. I wanted a spiral staircase going around, but we just don't have the space. What is this for again? Ah, yeah, right. Yeah, I really don't know about the elevator, to be honest. It's a tricky one. Because of course, if we try and put it here, it can go here, but obviously this happens, and this is not something that we want every time we come up here. But I suppose we only ever go up for maintenance for the most part. But it may also be the case that we have to go in from the outside. That's just a bit odd to me, having to enter your windmill from the outside. But like I say, we only ever have to come up here for maintenance mostly, so I don't really know. Would be nice to have a viewing area up here as well. This is nice and high up. And actually, we should be able to vein mine those ones safely. There we go. And I suppose if we do it this way, we can also vein mine those bits as well. What is that one? That's the elevator block that can come down. Okay, well, let's just take the risk here. Ooh. And do that. I know, vein mining a windmill, not a great idea, but I don't want this to take too much longer, because I want this just to be done, and obviously we still need to build the dome roof. I also want to verify as well, I think I made this floor a little bit shorter than the others, and I kind of want it to be the same height, I think, as well. Otherwise it looks a bit odd. Okay, so there we go. Now it's all just PR structure. So how many blocks tall is this? This is 3, 6. I'm guessing we want to go here. It could also be the case, actually, that we leave this bit open. I don't know. It kind of looks interesting like this, and also we can have that as part of the wall now, which is kind of nice, in a way. I don't know, this is just an interesting looking thing right here. I don't particularly hate it, right? Is this still running the way it's supposed to? Not seeing any flour. Or any wheat, rather. I'm wondering if we accidentally removed the extraction module. No, it doesn't look like it. I guess we just have none in here for the time being. Make sure we go pick all of this up. Yeah, I guess now that this system is no longer saturated, we have to wait for this to come around, and we should start to see some behavior, I guess. I don't know if I just missed that. Really not yielding very much, but it doesn't matter too much because, as you can see, like I said before, we've got more bread than we care about anyway, so not super important. Because that wheat can come up here. Is this actually still not running? Oh, I suppose it is very slow, isn't it, this whole thing? I didn't move this, did I? Because I feel like that's changed, perhaps. Or maybe not. Maybe that is the speed it runs up. Yeah, because all of this down here is quite slow, intentionally. I feel like these belts could be faster and that the fans could be slower. Well, the fans stay the same speed, the belts get faster. And maybe we put a rotation speed controller in here for the belts. That might be something to do. So let's just quickly put that on our list of things. We actually insert text here. Yeah, looks like we can. So let's just remember to do that at some point. This is really the limit of like where we might need access to. But I am still wondering like what should do here about this. Once again, we have another situation here with the pipe being kind of in the wrong place, and actually this thing is now kind of in the wrong place as well, come to think of it. But yeah, this whole thing only exists like this because of course it's inverted. So the idea is, what is this set to? This is set to 7 seconds, let's pick that up. So I suppose we could actually move this the other side. Gonna be difficult to do without this whole system blowing up in our face though, so let's see if we can empty this a second. And then we'll just very quickly maneuver these. Like that, and then we can probably just put this here. Make sure that's set to 7 seconds again. And now at least that's not in the way, we can continue. Something like this. And of course we don't want mob spawns, so we need to light this up. That's mostly good. Obviously this will need something doing to it. And I think I'm going to use a brass casing here, just this. Of course that now makes it so we can no longer really access this easily, but it doesn't matter too much because we're not really going to need to turn this on and off too much. I do think that we should probably still move this out one more eventually. We could also actually move the bearing back one. And then just have another radial chassis. We'll have to see, right? Or maybe we just leave this open here. I mean, it's a bit dangerous, but... we could just leave that open, honestly. What am I looking for here? Looking for these, which are already in my inventory. So that just does that. I suppose on this floor the windows are a little bit less feasible, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe we just have the corner ones. And then at least this is now a thing. Maybe as well... let's go grab quickly a fence. I think that'll be the thing that at least helps this out a bit. But yeah, that shape is definitely a little bit more sort of normal looking as opposed to how it was before. I think that's at least an improvement to some extent. So here we go, we can just get out here, we can still access the bearing, of course. I think that's okay. I think most of this is pretty good now, to be honest. Did I ever make an axe? I did. Okay. Let's do that, because we can. So yeah, that just allows us to keep our transport system where it is. Alright. So we have made some improvements to this whole thing. I still don't know if we want these inner things here. It might be the case that we just rearrange it slightly, so we do like something more like this. Just so that we've got a little more room underneath. Because obviously eventually we're going to want to organize all of our stuff, like the inputs and outputs of this thing. And I feel like having a little bit more space to work with will help us in the long run. We can, of course, put those back. I kind of feel like we should probably see if we can make some of the chiseled variants of these. Is that all of them? No, I'm missing this one. And of course this whole thing could be moved back as well by one, possibly. What is this doing here? This is literally serving no purpose. Let's get rid of it. So let's also move this all a little bit further forwards. And you can see this will connect like that, which I actually think looks maybe a little better than it did before. And then of course we can just connect up the barrel here. This I'm probably just going to replace with a regular barrel, to be honest, just because it will look a tad bit nicer. And then for now that can just stay as is, I suppose. Right, and obviously we're going to want to decorate some more outside here, I think. I don't really know exactly what we want to do. But I mean, we can do something here, like, let's see. I just want to make this look a little bit more interesting than it does currently, and then obviously we also still need to do the roof. And we're also going to need to go back in there as well and take a look at all of the structural stuff. This needs to go back. Just make sure everything's still supported. The fences probably want to go around the area as well. Don't really care too much about all of this stuff right now. Own handrail, interesting. Let's take a look through this deco stuff a second as well, if there's anything we want to use. I kind of feel like these Roman columns could definitely be used somewhere. They look really good, from the preview at least. We do have some slightly more industrial looking stuff here. I don't know whether or not that's likely to work with the build style that we're going for, like an older style. What is this? Can we not do this with regular fences? Has to be ebony. I don't actually know where we get that from, to be honest. Dark oak logs smoked. Interesting. I just want to quickly look at these, if my game unfreezes, and just see what those actually look like. We wanted dark oak anyway, we might as well go grab some whilst there's the opportunity. It's over in this direction. Interesting that there's so many mobs out here today. Not actually dark oak, is it? I know there is dark oak around here somewhere because I have seen it, I think. But this is the spruce. It may very well be further around. Because I actually took a dip down to this orange biome the other day. Off stream, I think, and I'm pretty sure that's where I saw dark oak. I'm going to go over the top here just so we don't have to scale back up if I'm wrong. Not looking too good for us, is it? Alright, well there goes that idea then. We are going to need to get some dark oaks saplings at some point though. I love how you can see all the internals of the windmill from here before you can see the structure itself. That's kind of interesting. Let's take a screenshot of that. That's kind of funny. Oh, an egg. Which is another thing we might actually want to farm at some point. Various animal produces. Because of course this mod pack has a lot more food variety than vanilla provides, and we can take a look at making some of them slightly better food sources eventually. Right now obviously bread will suffice, but it's not great. I mean, you can see that only gives us a tiny bit of saturation there, which will go away quite quickly. This is still going strong, excellent. Looks like we're actually amassing more gravel than we need as well, which is, this system's running a bit too fast, which is okay. Probably eventually want it to be capable of figuring out that it's getting full and, you know, stopping itself. Right now that's not. What was I going to make? I think I need this. I just wanted to make a campfire because we can. I don't really know if this is exactly what we want, but here's like a little seating area type thing. I think you can actually sit on these as well, which is kind of nice. I don't know if we want to move that somewhere, or what we want to do with it. I just wanted to put something down. Let's begin fencing off the edge of the island for now. I know this is not the shape we're keeping, but at least for now I just kind of want to have some safety. And then this needs to go back in as well. Somewhere. Probably say here. Yeah, and then the roof needs to have the same radius as this bit, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which actually needs to be now the radius of this sphere here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Alright. So, in terms of the roof, obviously we're going to need to go make more glass first. Where's the thing? There it is. Let's just make more glass. I really don't like this thing as well, the sort of interruption to the bridge here, so we are going to have to do something about that at some point. If it gets to the point where we can find something better to do there. We smelt more sand. I'd love to empty this whole thing out, to be honest. If we can, just for the time being. And since there's barely any, well, there's barely any brass in here, it's 8 nuggets, I guess. Kind of annoying. We can actually cast nuggets, I made a cast for these. Suppose we'll do that. I was not counting those at all. There we go. That's an ingot's worth of zinc, might as well get that. Emptying this whole smeltery out so that we can focus on what we need to do here. All of that can be lost now. I'm just going to destroy the controller, which nukes those, and then we'll pour in the sand. And this, of course, just means if we have one of these timers around, we can just automate this for a bit. That actually wants to be 1 block up, to be honest. And I think this wants to be about 4 seconds. Is about how long it takes to cast, usually. We'll see. Oh, that's interesting. It's doing both of these, okay. One of them will have to stay full. Yeah, you can see 4 seconds is how long it takes to pour. Well, this is going to be a slow process. Big danced around me and they took my hand, whispered, close your eyes and understand. When I felt the change, it startled me. Yeah, we really ought to get some more of these timers if we can at some point, and just set up like a whole array of these for if we ever need to do something slow like this. I don't actually think we're going to need any more of these bricks, but I'll take some with us just in case. Can we actually resmelt this glass to make clear glass? Oh, we can. Okay, that's good to know. May end up needing more lava. Let's verify that that's actually what that does. Looks like it. I love how that's even telling you how much it is in like blocks and panes as well. The developers really have thought of everything there. Let's see if this tells us how many blocks we're going to need. It's 186 for a full sphere, but we're only doing a hemisphere, so about half that. Which is what, like, you know what? I'm not going to do maths in my head, because I'll get it wrong. 186 divided by 2. 93. So apparently we're going to need 93 blocks. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but man, that's going to take a while. But at least it's going, so let's at least start on this. Actually, yeah, what I'm going to do is actually make some of these blocks out of these things, whatever these are called, the log cabin planks. Alright, we should really have a way to get up here as well. Let's do scaffolding again. This time it'll be fairly easy to do because we can just kind of fill in the entire floor here. Oh, we can fill in most of the floor, I guess. Because technically, if I... Here's the problem with the design of scaffolding. I suppose if I... Wait, did I just pick a... No, okay, I thought I picked a piece of wheat out of there then. Nope, well, I guess that's not going to work either. If I just support this up, then we can kind of do that. Alright, so for this first one, it is just going to be... This design is wrong, isn't it? Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, these may end up getting swapped out for glass, I don't know. We're gonna have to see how it goes. And then the next one is glass as well. And, let's just have another... Another platform. So that was that one, and then the next one is one further in here. We are going to need more glass as soon as I can find the way down. Very difficult to see through this stuff. Here we go. The sun wasn't like right in my face. Is that really all that that's done? Yeah, it looks like we may very well need a lot more sand. Let's go grab some. Seems like if we go this way, we have at least an easier way to get back up again, for the most part. Sand is also something we should probably be producing. I'm now actually wondering if we even can. Let me take a look. Ah, we can crush gravel to make sand. Perfect. So yeah, we can easily set that up, and then we can make a full auto glass farm or something as well. You know, when you get so comfy that you're too comfy. I wish I could know what that feels like. Right now I'm not in a very comfortable position, but that's a problem of my own making, I suppose. Honestly, most positions for me nowadays are not comfortable, simply because of how much back pain I get. Turning into an old person, I swear. So I wish I could relate, but it doesn't seem to be the case. We're apparently 40 seconds behind. Good stuff. I mean, if it's been playing non-stop the whole time, then honestly you shouldn't fall behind, but yeah. I don't know, I suppose it is possible. Very out of nowhere cough. It's buffering for you, I see. I don't actually know if we have different stream qualities available for you. Also, welcome in Be the Quest. I hope, hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Let's just whether this is actually set up the way I need it. There we go. So we should now be able to make enough glass, hopefully. Stream isn't buffering for you. I hope that I hope you mean by that it's working fine for you. Yeah, that's actually not me talking. The confusion is real, but we have several people who stream on the channel, and that is actually one of the others. Talked about an auto glass farm at one point. Hope you're happy, because now all you can hear is auto glass repair, auto glass replace. Perfect. I am very happy. That actually is hilarious. Did I actually say auto glass and not even think of that? Obviously, not sponsored, but you know. Yeah, that is all you ever hear in the UK. If you ever put the radio on, ever, in any town or any city, you'll always hear that non-stop. Well, I'm glad it's working fine for you. Yeah, some of us are sometimes having issues with our internet. I was having issues last night. Discord also decided to die at one point. Right. So, that just gives us a little bit more fuel to work with. Did that also happen for you, Be the Quest? Because I don't know if that was my own internet or not. I was having other issues at the same time, but it wasn't particularly clear. Now, this thing is really slow. I feel like we need to make more of these timers, to be honest, and more hoppers and things. I actually think we have a few of these spare. Let's just make more of these. I don't actually know if we can just... Looks like we can. This was set to 4 seconds. why that one's not working. This is very interesting. I can't see a reason that shouldn't work, I don't think, unless there was something else in there and it's just not rendering. That's not good. Verify that that's actually... Yeah, okay, so that one's not working for whatever strange reason. Couldn't tell you why. But yeah, we're gonna need more hoppers if we're gonna have this running like this anyway. I suppose, really, we need to smelt more of this iron. I think we're actually out of iron. Yeah. Not looking good, and of course we haven't been doing our iron duplication methods. Because I think we really need to be bulk washing this and then smelting it, maybe? I don't actually know... No, it looks like melting actually does give us 3 nuggets worth as opposed to 2. So maybe this is fine. We just want to be doing it in the smeltery. But of course we can't really do that right now because this thing is full of glass, right? I'm just wondering how we should go about doing this. I'm actually just going to leave all of that sand to smelt since we can produce it ourselves now. Let's just quickly give a gander on this machine, make sure that's still running fine. So yeah, we are almost at a full double stack, and then we can swap the machines back over to these ones, I suppose. Still need to make more windmill sails though. I'm still wondering as well how we should manage to do that. Sorry, my ability to English is fading away. Really don't want to smelt this. I really don't want to smelt it, but we... Tell you what, actually, do we have enough stuff to make another smeltery already? I feel like we still have a few pieces left over. I suppose we could do one of these basic ones. That's the wrong way around. Yeah, I suppose we might be able to get away with doing one of these and then just pull this a second, and one of the casting basins, if one wasn't working before. Yeah, we'll just do it this way for now. That is not what I wanted. You can make seared bricks by putting cobblestone in the smelter. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but at the moment we have this one like constantly being completely filled. I don't really have enough resources to make another smeltery at the moment. But yeah, that's cobblestone. Yeah, I suppose we could do that in the future. We don't really need too many seared bricks though. This is more about the iron situation, honestly. We haven't really been focused too much on progression, which is going to change eventually, but we're currently trying to set up some stuff. We've obviously got a fully functional windmill over there, producing food for us. Does this actually want to be... I suppose we have enough here to do this. I was a bit concerned for a second then that we might actually have to pour ingots instead of blocks. But yeah, we have plans to start working on the progression a little bit more and start to automate some things, but I don't think iron, as far as I know, iron isn't really automatable. I could be wrong. Looks like we at least need ore blocks in order to produce that. Wow, got him! Savage. The savagery knows no bounds. You can automate iron. If you know how, please do let me know. I haven't looked into it too much yet. Oh, please, son, just calm it. Alright, let's get this roof finished at least. you bulk wash gravel, you have a chance to get an iron nugget. Let me take a look at that in a second. Ah, you are correct. Thank you. Yes, we are already producing gravel for this system over here that's duping dirt. So that's... I suppose that's easy enough. That's really good then. Do you happen to know if there's a way to automate redstone, though? Because that's the other thing that we keep needing a lot of. If we can automate redstone and quartz, then we can obviously start to work on the next step. But yeah, all of the stuff we've set up so far is all temporary. It's going to get moved around and stuff, so I'm kind of more focused on just building at the moment to make sure there's, you know, that we have like some of the things that we need. Whoops, what did I just do there? What I just pressed, I think it was Q. Right, now let's go up another one, and this is all in by one now. Yeah, I feel like if we add the borderless glass resource back into this, if I remember to do that at some point, it is in here. It's just if I change the resource back, the game runs out of memory and crashes my CPU, like, entirely. The whole laptop crashes. So, I'm not going to do that right now. But it is in here. I added it in, along with the dark UI. And a few other bits and bobs that are kind of nice. Just from vanilla tweaks. I don't actually know, to be honest, if borderless glass will work for this roof. I guess we'll have to see. Alright, I've managed to seal myself outside. Good job. Yes, we're going down here. Hey, Jess is raiding. Right, as I'm beginning to lose my voice. But thank you for the raid, Jess. Hope your stream went well. I need to close this window, honestly. No, because I don't think we need this anymore. That's... because we've just finished the structure there. That was from when I walked into the belt a moment ago. I need to be careful not to do that because it clogs the whole system up a little bit. I actually think we need to check on all of this as well, just make sure it's all working. Thank you for the shout out. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, hello. Where have you spawned? Ah. I see, I knocked out some torches while we redid the pillars earlier, and I forgot. Still need to obviously make one of those mega torches at some point. My frames are non-existent. Yeah, this is obviously no good. We cannot be having mobs spawning here. There we go. What did you miss? We've just been restructuring this windmill a little bit, making sure that it's all finished. I've just put a dome roof on it. We've kind of finally staggered the radius of each floor as well. And we just need to kind of go knock out the scaffolding. Fire scaffolding. Please don't go in the hopper. If this goes through here, we're going to have a bit of a situation. Of course, I didn't really consider this. Man, I'm really losing my voice right now. I apologise. Don't know what's going on with the texture there. That's a bit funky. Clearly not. There is glass there. I don't know why that's behaving like that. So what else did we need to do here? We needed to see if we can add some more radial chassis to this. So I'm going to turn this off a second. And just expand that back a bit. There we go, and that's still working fine. I just said that's a little more accessible. Okay. So this is looking decent now compared to before, for the most part. And it should all be running. The only other thing we need to do is speed these belts up at some point. Possibly. Because if we speed those up, we can speed up the dispensing system as well. I really don't like having to have these here, but yeah, all of that's going to need structural support. This thing needs hiding, but that's probably all stuff I'll do off stream, to be honest, because it's fairly straightforward. Right. So, this is still going. Quite a fair bit of glass, though. This thing is still going. This is the other thing that you missed. I made a dirt duplication machine. Which is a bit of a ugly thing, but it's serving the purpose quite well. Kind of interesting the way that this behaves. And that's actually this arm over here, just yoinking them, but it's so fast you can't see it. It moves in dimensions you couldn't even imagine. Lock that in a second. So yeah, we've automated a few things. I've also made it so that we can... I moved all of our machines up here. I made it so we can just switch the machines over to those ones instead of this thing. Using a very simple system there. All temporary, of course. It's all hideous looking, and you know we need to build more stuff. But the dirt duper is going to be what we need in order to actually start to build these islands out the way that they're supposed to be. Organising some of this stuff a bit because it's getting a little bit sort of all over the place. I actually think string, strangely enough. Yeah, and right, let's consult our to-do list. This is the wrong one. This actually needs clearing now because we already did a lot of this stuff. Mega torches and the tree farm. The dirt generator's done now. That can go. Interesting. So I think the tree farm, honestly, I don't know if I want to do that right now because it's going to involve us having to build more islands. But the other thing we could do, time have we got? Hours run time so far. So I just want to make a few more of these farms over here. And I suppose another thing we're going to need, where did I put this? We're going to need another one of these. Oh. What else do I need? I guess dirt, since we have an endless supply now. I just need some water. You should really do a to-do list, yeah. To-do lists are the absolute MGPs of making sure you actually do stuff that you say you're gonna do. There is a zombie with a duck on his head. I'm not gonna question it, I'm just gonna accept it as a part of reality. He didn't give me the duck. Now, we don't really need more of this stuff right now, but I suppose while we're down here, I might as well just farm that. Because we do actually still need to get the water anyway. And for whatever reason, kelp seems to stop the water from being collectible. Another zombie with a duck on his head, unless this is the same one and I didn't actually kill him. Hey, oh, they did drop the duck, okay. Can we actually place these on water? Doesn't look like it. We place them in water. Nope. What is the purpose of a rubber duck you can't place on water? What is a duck? Right, yeah, that happened. Yeah. There is no explanation. There is only duck. Can I place it on my head? I do not actually know if that's... Doesn't look like it's going to let me place it on my head. I can, however, you know, have two ducks, I guess, although they don't actually face the right way. I don't know what the purpose of these is. Eternal Stellar. Okay. I do not even want to know what that does. Certus Quartz Tools. I'd never actually considered making those. Wait, these are indestructible? I'm sorry, what? Okay, so rubber ducks are used for making tools indestructible. Gotcha, right. Why I didn't figure that out immediately, I don't know. It's so obvious. What? Right, okay. Before I forget what I'm doing here, let's go and... This is looking interesting on the map. It kind of looks terrifying, honestly. What I want to do is just make another one of these a little bit further down. Probably roughly the same height as the other one, which I don't actually know what height that is. I suppose we should go check. Man, we need some speed potions around here, or speed beacon, right? This is at 125, so I'll try and memorize that for a second and place another one down at that height. Gonna need to take a look at these bridges and see if there's a way we can open up the ends of them at some point without having to have this stupid thing in the way. Alright, let's just breathe. Alright, so that's about 125, roughly where I am. Is this it? That's 126, damn it. How many creepers? Alright. Well, we're gonna have to go deal with that in a moment. I think we need one of those mega torches, like, straight away. Because this is no good, right? Damn it, I had hoped to jump again. Ah, man. Well, the armor was not really very helpful anyway, because that was all breaking, so... Of course now it's gonna put a death marker, like, right in the middle of this. I love how the spiders come up to here. I don't even... Oh, I guess he swam. Give me my stuff. Oh, yeah, we've made a mob farm down here. And there goes all of my armor. Good job. Now they're fighting each other. That's exactly what we needed. So yeah, I think a mega torch is in order. Did we even look at the recipe for that? I don't think we did. There's a flaming baby zombie heading towards me. I do not want him to hit me. It'd be detrimental to my health. Bye, guy. Luckily they can't use these elevators, otherwise we'd be screwed. Let's take a look quickly. Zinc machine. Is this way outside of our ability right now? Liquid soul? Okay, so we have to pour actual souls into this thing, I guess. This is only the next step, liquid soul and lava, which we could do. It's doable. It's just expensive, and then obviously zinc sheets and stone. I think we have zinc still. Not much of it left, though. So it's possible we could end up making one of these, but I don't know. Liquid soul. Oh, yeah, sure. Just put a wither inside a smeltery. It's fine. This is how you get liquid soul, I guess, or at least one of the ways. It's looking like. Okay, so weeping vines and twisted vines in a heated mixer. So that's actually farmable, right? I'm pretty sure you can farm those. On the other hand, the lava I don't know about. Did I not... Right, I can't press B if this isn't equipped. Let's have a look as well at lava quickly. And see if there's a way we can produce this. Magma Crucible is certainly one of the ways. Or superheated whisking, I guess. Just put a wither in your smeltery. Exactly. I actually don't know how easy that would be, to be honest. Considering they should be able to destroy the blocks as far as I'm aware. I mean, withers can destroy pretty much everything, for the most part. So that's certainly not the easiest way and certainly not renewable, which is what we care about. So it looks like a magma crucible may have to be made, which is chapter 3 stuff. Radiant induction coils and a chromatic resonator. Alright. Alright, I see. Chromatic compound. Magenta paintballs. Chromatic singularity. This is a whole process. Quantum entangle singularity to create... This is poorly worded. To create, drop one singularity and one ender dust and cause an explosion within range of the items. That's a hell of a process just to make these things. So yeah, that's not going to be happening anytime soon. We're going to have to... Actually, wait, no. There is a way we can do this. I'm completely forgetting about this. We can use a hose pulley, I believe. Let's just ponder that a second. Pretty sure you can put one of these into a lava lake in the nether and have this producing lava. I don't know if it's something that will eventually stop working though. And this is also something we'll be able to use as well to create the lake island when we eventually do that. I do love these little ponder things. I think this is the one we care about, where it's a large ocean. Yeah, that said limitless. Not really demonstrating much there, but yeah, so... I wonder if that's something we should try to do now. I don't know how we're going to get it through the nether portal, though. I do not know how we can transport fluids from the nether to here. If anybody knows of a way we can do that, please do tell me, because I am struggling to come up with a way we would be able to bring the lava through the portal without creating, you know, death. I suppose one thing we can do actually quickly is see if we can actually find a source of lava near the portal-ish. Because we really need to get this lava situation underway as well. It is starting to become annoying. Of course, you just do it, exactly. You just do it, forehead, and then it's done. And you don't have to do it anymore. That was not acceptable. But yeah, you're right. Of course, I should have thought about that. It's so obvious. So if we can get us down to a high level where lava lakes are, hopefully we can see if we can find one nearby. I mean, this is kind of not a great area for it, honestly. We'd probably have to go a bit further down, like all the way down here somewhere. Which would be less than ideal, because obviously we don't want hyper networks that are too complicated, because they will start to introduce lag. We also, of course, at some point need to continue farming for netherite. Or, yeah, netherite. And I actually managed to find my way back to the old mine by pure coincidence last night, so we can actually get back over there. And continue our search, our never-ending search for... Okay. For netherite. Man, these radiation sounds just... No. No thank you. Of course, we have to go and run into a gravel patch. That is just the law in this game. I think we want to be about height 11-ish. This is the ugliest tunnel ever, but I'm not going to bother too much with it because I am too tired to care about how it looks. Nope. We're not going to be going through that way, I guess. I'm looking for a lava lake. I am not looking for lava in my face. That's a whole different type of lava. Whereas actually, do we have enough durability on our hammer? Yes, we do. Let's just do this instead. Hopefully we'll be able to find a lake soon. Ay, ay. If you've done it, then it's done. Exactly. You do it, then it's done, and then you don't need to do it anymore. I'm not sure if this is a lake here, or what's going on with that. It looks like just a singular piece, maybe. A little bit unclear. Suppose there's only one way to find out, and that's to die to lava, I guess. Yep, okay. I might have actually got the height wrong, but then again, this is a completely different biome to usual, so... Let's go around the other way, I guess. I saw lava there as well. This is not a great place to be. I mean, I suppose that can always be said about the Nether, but, you know, being hell and all that, essentially. I love how the bot wants to work to continually do that, but it doesn't want to work for the music. That's even more annoying than it just flat out not working. Where's this lava now? Okay, I don't really know what we've got here, to be honest. You never want to... Sometimes I wish I would... I wish I wouldn't read chat. Yeah, so this is not a lake. I don't know if I have the energy to search for one right now. Exactly, noob, exactly. This is exactly why I have this emote. I don't know if this is large enough to count as a lake. I don't think it will. I don't actually know what the specifications would be for the mod to classify it as like a giant ocean of stuff. Oh, I think I also found a magma cube spawner at some point as well, out there. That's interesting, we can produce blaze rods from magma cubes? I found a magma spawner, and now you're telling me I can make blaze rods from magma cubes. I don't actually remember where this thing was, it was quite far out, I think. Oh, please tell me it actually saved the marker, though. Because my game crashed at one point, and it did not save. Sub for great emotes like this, exactly. We actually have some pretty damn good emotes, let's be honest. If not for my obviously over-the-top personality, then sub for the emotes, I guess. I suppose we could use this lake over here. I don't really know why I went down there looking for one when there's one over here. I see... No, I didn't see an arrow. Okay, I thought I did. Wow, very dubstep, much while. If you get a dab emote, then I'm disowning the channel, just saying. That's not happening. Not on my watch, anyway. Alright, so we do have a lake. I obviously don't have a rope pulley right now to test this with. There's our magma cube spawner. Yeah, it's all the way up there. That's an interesting little structure. Looks like lava. Oh, I guess that's where lava's pouring down from above. That looks like a mine shaft we'd probably want to go explore at some point. Those usually have pretty good loot. There we go. Now we don't have to, Nanny, what are you? Excuse me? Excuse me? That's not a regular blaze. I've got like one piece of armor to deal with this right now. Who are you? Where have you gone? Alright, he went through the portal, didn't he? I think death is waiting on the other side of this portal. Yep. Well, okay, he's not terrifying at all. I have no idea what that actually is. Vessels? Question mark? Of course, now he's gonna frickin'... Oh no. Oh no. This is not okay. Can I get my stuff back, please? Thank God for that. I was a bit concerned there that, because of the that being in the portal, that it wouldn't have spawned a grave, but I guess we're fine. I say fine, we're relatively fine. We obviously still have to deal with this, and coming back through the portal is not going to be easy. It's only the, this that's causing me to die there. The fact that you, lag as you come through. No drops? Well, what's the point in him, then? I love how that one just jumped back through the portal. Yeah, see you later, sucker. You. What do you have? Backed ice, die. Yes, slime, but don't really super care about that. Certainly not enough to spend resources on it. Alright, well, that was a whole thing. And once again, inventory management is a must. Oh, I should also add to our list of things to do actually as well. I remember the other thing we needed to do now. Indestructible tools. So that will be something we obviously need to start working towards. I don't know if we can make any of them now, actually, because we did get some ancient debris back at the other place. What is this book and quill doing? Get out of here. But I don't know if it's enough. I also don't remember the exact way that we do this. I'm pretty sure it involves a lot of obsidian and possibly a lot of iron, which obviously is not something we have a lot of right now. Although thanks to Be the Quest's suggestion earlier, we can start to set up some form of farm for that, which reminds me, that can go in our to-do list as well. But yeah, so have I been uploading these to YouTube? I will be doing. I haven't had the chance yet. Mainly just because I don't have much drive space, and some of these need to be split up, I think. Certainly the 7-hour one we did the other day. So what am I looking for here? I'm looking for a specific part. I believe it's called a reinforcement, is it? Interesting, interesting. It's these, right? The iron reinforcements, where you just pour iron onto an obsidian pane, which is made out of, obviously, obsidian. We also have to do a bunch of other things. So this book and quill is actually going to be handy for us. We'll need a music disc, we'll need a mob head. And essentially what we do is we're going to need to make a new pickaxe out of some very specific materials. But then, like, for example, you can see if I actually go through these. So you can see, for example, Gilded trades an ability slot for 2 upgrade slots. I think that might be one of them that we need. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to go check. This will be something I'll test in our creative world. Yeah, so I think this is basically what we need here, Unbreakable, so we are going to have to go to the end to be able to do this, and kill the dragon as well. But basically the idea is, so Harmonious allows an additional upgrade to live in harmony with the rest. You just apply a music disc to it, right? Recapitated sets this tool ahead by 1 upgrade again. That just basically adds another upgrade. Writable, more words, more upgrades. It's only logical, right? And we just keep doing that to get enough upgrade slots on this thing that we can then stack up 5 levels of reinforcement, of these iron reinforcements. And then once you have 5 levels of those, you can then finally put Unbreakable on it. You can see this requires netherite and reinforced 5 to apply, as well as an ability slot as well. The only problem with this is that the tool is very slow. Not going to be particularly fast or efficient, but they are going to be unbreakable. That's one way of doing it. Of course, now we also know as well we can make Certus Quartz tools eventually out into unbreakable ones using these things, which are actually not too bad to get hold of. I think we might already have enough stuff to make one of these. Let's have a look. So it's 4 petrified orbs. We only have 2 currently. But these we can find underground quite easily. Stellarite pieces we have as well. And then obviously emeralds and a rubber duck, we have those as well. Goodbye sound. That's on your end, that's not my end. But yeah, so you can see how we can apply a lot of these modifiers. Now I've not moved away from the mic, I'm here. In fact, I'm literally right, like there's that much space between me and the mic. This guy's really enjoying the music a bit too much, I think. Buddy, you might have given it too much sugar. So yeah, obviously we'll have to go get some more of those ex-petrified orbs. I love how occasionally we come down here and there's just a bit of dirt that's been flung down. We're gonna have to stop that, I think. Not that it really matters too much. I mean, this is an endless system after all. You can't really run out of dirt. But I think what we're going to do actually is just end now, because I was expecting to be able to go a bit longer and I am completely losing the ability to speak. It's painful. But yeah, we've got a whole task list now, and I've got an extra task list here, which is to add the dual hotbars mod and take a look at the bot and figure out what the hell's wrong with it, because it's not behaving the way it's supposed to. But we're now in a good position, and I think next stream we will try to fully automate the production of these what are these called? The stage 1 machine thingies that we're making. The precision mechanisms, kinetic mechanisms. So we're going to need to produce andesite alloy, which means we're going to need to be able to produce andesite. We're going to need to be able to produce clay and kelp, full auto, and then obviously do the smelting process, which will be this. We need to produce wood, full auto. We need to produce the cogwheels, which is just wood and more andesite alloy. And then obviously we'll need an unbreakable saw as well, which I think we can make. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I'm not 100% certain on that. Although I suppose, yeah, if this is sequenced assembly, not consumed in the assembly process. So we're going to automate that, and then we can start to see if we can work on upgrading this to level 2. We'll also need to make a iron farm. I'm going to stop doing things off stream now, simply because, you know, we've moved all of our stuff up here. We have mined a bunch more resources, so we have enough for a while. Looks like the grass is finally growing back over there. That took long enough. But yeah, so we can actually start to build these islands down as well. This island, as you can see, this is going to be one hell of a task, because that's going to all be built all the way down to where I'm standing, to mostly a point, pretty much. But we're also going to like do some shaping around the edges and, you know, make this all look a lot better. So we may end up needing to also put some scaffolding up. And stuff like that. These aren't going to be hollow. I'm not going to bother filling them out. It'll be a case of if we need, you know, if we need to dig down for a build, then we'll just fill out what we need to. And then we can hide a lot of this machinery inside the islands where we don't need to see it, because a lot of this stuff is really ugly. So anything that's like full auto can just go down there. And we may even be able to, I don't know if we have these in here. No, okay. We may have to add sound mufflers as well. Sound mufflers can also be added so that we can silence some of the machines a little bit, or at least, you know, make them a bit quieter. And yeah, we also still need to do the farms. I never got around to doing this, but what I'll do is off stream, the only thing I will do is make sure that we have enough machine parts to do that. Whilst this is now, I forgot to fill this in. But yeah, I'm gonna end now and see if I can get my voice back a bit. So thank you for watching, and we'll be back in a couple of days. I believe there may be some other streams on the channel in the meantime. So obviously, if you haven't already joined the Discord, there is the link, and obviously you're always welcome to just join whenever you want. And yeah, that will be it for today. So thank you for watching. Bye.